You know, say what you want about Elon Musk, but the man is just a master presenter and a very eloquent orator.
Well, so he's promising quite a bit here.
That was sarcasm.
I know. He's the, you know.
He bumbles through it.
The South African jumping bean, as they...
Wait. Did you make that up?
Yeah.
The South African jumping bean.
But...
oh, that's my man.
I'm working downtown with Benny on me. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on. So listen up to Benny on me. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on.
Welcome back, everyone. We've got an episode that is absolutely chock full of stuff. It's going to be a really good one.
We had to pivot a little bit. Chet Hanks canceled on us again, but that's fine.
Right.
We're just going to keep rolling right along.
We're going to keep rolling right along. We had plans for him to come in here and do his patois voice, and I was going to do my best to match his energy.
But we'll see. Maybe next week.
Yeah, maybe next week. We got a really good episode for you today. We're going to be talking all about the Tesla.
You know we had to cover it.
We Robot event. It was it was really jam-packed. I actually watched it live.
I Robot, He Robot, We Robot.
They Robot. Us.
Robot.
We're conjugating the verb here, just like high school Spanish class. And then we've got a little bit about the loneliness epidemic, particularly for young men.
It's a little linked to Elon.
It's a little linked to Elon, and you'll see just how. You want to stay tuned for that.
It's incredibly funny.
And then we're going to be talking about Donald Trump's, not only his stock, but his new crypto venture, among other things.
Everyone's making a ploy for the crypto people. Kamala's making all kinds of crypto promises.
She promised some black guys that she said, hey, black men, I'm going to protect your crypto if you vote for me, and are also going to make marijuana legal.
That's pretty good.
Thank you. Just off the cuff. I can only do it.
That's the only way you can do it.
I can only do
Don't
impressions.
ask him to do anything.
Don't ask me to do it on the spot.
Just let him do it.
You just got to let me do it. But before we get into that, we have a very exciting thing to announce. People had wanted it. You guys wanted it. We heard your requests, and we went ahead and called up the factory in China. And we said, hey, get those $1.75 an hour workers clocked in, working around the clock to churn out new shirts.
Maybe toss one to us right there. And we
came prepared.
We also have mugs. If you want to just throw that. There's a mug down there too. Maybe don't throw the mug. But these things are quite sick. You know we had to hit you with
For the audio listener, it's a naked lady.
And
it's a naked lady.
Yours won't come as wrinkled. I promise you that.
No, they will come wrinkled. That's how it works.
Yes,
it's like boucle. It's like the couch.
The Ben and Emil promise.
The Ben and Emil show.
Each one will be wrinkled. Your mug will definitely be broken. No,
they spelled show wrong. You see this? Gotcha, bitch. And here's the bug. Wow, they spelled show wrong on this too. I'm just kidding. I got you again. Got you a second time.
Oh, it's piss again.
Oh, man. Oh, boy. Oh, babu. So, yeah, we got that on there. BenandEmilShow.com. I believe if you are signed up, you get like a discount or something like that.
That's right.
And we're still working on getting the Q&A up and running. We've just had a lot of stuff going on. We got an exciting new endeavor that we will be announcing shortly as well. It's going to be a weekly live show. And it's not going to be on our channel.
Don't announce that yet.
I can. I can just hint at it. We got to start building the hype train.
We got all kinds of things.
We got all kinds of stuff.
Don't worry about it.
We got a new chili that we're working on that's going to come in a bag.
A Ben and Emil chili. That's
can you imagine?
The B&E bean and egg chili.
Jesus Christ. All right, let's get right into it, shall we, folks? So what the one of the biggest, a couple of huge things happened for our old buddy.
I gotta say one thing. It's very funny.
What?
Because wasn't it just last week I was talking about how now all tech and founder things is just the CEO coming out and being like, "We've got a big thing for you.
Oh yeah, everybody's
we're announcing it," and then they're like, maybe in like 2026 or 2027 you can have it, but probably not."
What other CEOs are doing that?
Just last week, I was saying this is how every product gets rolled out now. Because I was talking about the meta thing.
yeah,
It's
Taco
like,
Bell. Taco
no,
Bell's
you're
doing
completely missing.
it. Taco Bell's doing that. They're jacking the whole Steve Jobs thing. Steve Jobs.
All right.
R.I.B. Steve Jobs. But because everybody's they're jacking his thunder. He was the original. Nobody could do it like Steve
he's
Jobs.
been doing it forever.
Yeah.
No, not Steve Jobs. Elon has been doing this forever, where he promises stuff that he can't deliver on.
And we'll get there.
But now all of tech has adopted
all of
this
tech.
model.
He can't give a single example.
I just did
Typical-
the Meta glasses.
The Meta glasses.
The Apple introducing iPhone and being like, it'll have those features soon.
Yeah, it'll have these features soon.
Maybe.
But the undisputed champion of over-promising, and under-delivering is our man, the autistic king, Elon Musk.
Because he finally said, I'm ready to announce the robotaxi, which he's been announcing since 2019.
Yeah, the Cybercab, the robotaxi, whatever you want to call it. I will say, before getting into that, coinciding with this big event was Big Rocket did land on the thing,
didn't.
on the pincers.
The very smart engineers at SpaceX.
Exactly. That's the thing is if I'm one of these engineers working at SpaceX, I'm ticked off, man. I'm just like, God, it'd be nice to get some kind of recognition from the public that I mean, he did. I was reading a thing about, so here's what I like to do. I like to be as fair as possible and as objective as possible.
No, he doesn't.
Elon Musk did, and this is not me supporting. I think
He
he's
loves him.
jack off. But I was reading about how the origins of SpaceX came about, which was they were preparing to buy rockets fully already made from, I think, Russia. And the premium that you have to pay for a fully made rocket is 10 times what it would cost to make it yourself. So Elon Musk employed first principles, aka just going back to figuring out the starting blocks of how you might go about building a rocket. And he just, did some research himself and figured out, this would be way cheaper to build it ourselves. And we could do it because turns out it's not that difficult in the grand scheme of things.
That's how SpaceX came to be?
That's pretty much. It's not rocket science,
I
but
thought
it
was
is.
when he kept asking this woman out and she kept saying, no, when there's life on Mars. And he went, okay.
That's pretty good.
That's how SpaceX
Yeah,
came.
and it does bother me that we're spending so much time and energy and money toward making human beings an interplanetary species. Like in case Earth gets blown out, in case
Earth's getting its back blown out?
I was just gonna say, in case an asteroid comes and blows out Earth's back, I think that whatever colony is left on Mars is going to be flat out fucked anyway.
And
so
Earth's-
it's not really going to matter if we're interplanetary at that point. It's
People
just
are with a telescope on Mars looking at Earth in a sundress trying to take back shots from an asteroid.
Jesus. All right. So anyway, last week was the long-awaited Tesla robotaxi unveiling, and depending on who you ask, it was either absolutely revolutionary or a complete letdown.
And when he says depending on who
Dud.
you ask, he means either
Tesla shareholders.
moron Tesla bros or the market.
And again, those Tesla bros that were at this thing and they were cheering on everything he was saying, they're probably all multimillionaires because of what Elon has. I've said it before, I'll say it again. If I were one of those guys, I would definitely be erring on the side of cheering him on.
100%. If I had all my money wrapped up in Tesla,
oh yeah,
are you kidding
bet
me?
your ass.
I'd be one of those guys being like, "I'll suck you off, sir."
If that's what you need to get us on Mars. It was on the Warner Brothers lot, the studio lot here in beautiful Los Angeles, in a city called Burbank. And my impression of it was that it felt less like a company announcing something new and more like a high school science project presentation about like what the future could be. I remember
It
writing.
was very World's Fair.
Yeah. Yes. Very good point. It was called We Robot.
As in, when you look back at footage of those things, you're like, wow, they were way off.
Yeah. In the future, they're going to have jetpacks and a space elevator and all sorts of stuff. It felt a lot like that. And yeah, they had these little maps that they handed out, and they had their mission. So on these little maps, they had their mission statement, which was stated to be to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy, which I I think is totally noble. It's good. I agree with that. We should be accelerating our sustainable energy. We need that. We need that shit. And a big part of how we are going to get there, Elon says, is autonomy, making everything automatic. And so he came out in the robo-taxi, aka the Cybercab. And let's watch a little.
There were
bit of it here.
three main things that came out of this: the Cybercab / robo-taxi, the
Mhm.
Cybervan, and the Optimus robot.
Yeah.
But this is the thing he's been promising.
Yeah, this is it. The cheering, adoring fans. That's good. He comes out with his little buddy. I like this. I think that this is funny. The music is clearly what Elon thinks is cool music.
Elon's whole life is kind of just starting to look like a Make-A-Wish thing for me, where it's like he just seems like a little boy. I mean, it's like when they shut down San Francisco for Bat Kid. This is what this whole
yeah, wow.
and they made his little prototype, and they're like, "You did it, Elon!
You did it." The car just looks like, again, depending on who you ask, it looks like total vaporware shit, or it looks like the future. It's super cool. It's a clearly a, what do you call that? Not cyberpunk. Is it cyberpunk? Steampunk? It's like a cyberpunk sci-fi fantasy world look, because that's Elon's whole thing, right?
It looks like they turned a Cybertruck into a coupe, and I mean that derogatory.
Yeah. Parentheses derogatory.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
It's fucking unbelievable.
The
cool would it be if it just mowed down the bicycles?
Yeah. The headlights look
And
kind
he
of
just
cool.
had to go, haha, still working out some kinks.
And then, all right, let's cut out of this. And then he comes up and gets out and does starts this whole presentation. And, say what you want about Elon Musk, but the man is just a master presenter and a very eloquent orator.
Well, so he's promising quite a bit here.
That was sarcasm.
I know.
Yeah.
He's the,
He bumbles through it.
the South African jumping bean, as they
Did you make that up?
Yeah.
The South African jumping bean.
But
oh, that's my man right there.
But look, he's promising quite a bit here. Okay, it's the fully autonomous vehicle. There's no steering wheel. There's no pedals.
Yeah.
It's
So if it goes rogue, you are fucked.
Yeah, there's no one taking over on this thing.
Yeah.
He thinks they're going to be available for less than $30,000.
Yep.
He thinks about 20 cents per mile. All right. So his whole thing is individualized mass transport.
That's what he said to think of it as. Think of it as individualized mass transit.
And again, he's hoping for before 2027, he said.
Hey guys, we want to take a quick break to talk about a little bit of Shopify. Because, we went on this endeavor starting this show on our own. We had no clue what we were doing.
No idea.
No idea. We had
Shopify's played an integral role in this show's very existence.
He said integral, but I would pronounce it integral. Does it matter? No. Because our unifying thing, Shopify. That's right. They helped us get things going, selling merch online, and they can help you too.
Not only that, if you're someone who does in-person things,
the POS.
I personally love the Shopify POS system.
Point of sale is what it stands for.
Makes it incredibly easy. We've brought that thing on tour.
We have brought that thing on tour.
Handed it over to complete strangers and said, "You think you can figure this out?" And they're like, "Yeah, it looks pretty easy."
It's pretty easy.
And they were able to just process sales for us all night.
That's because Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. Whether you're just like us from the launch your online shop stage to the first real life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit 1 million orders stage?
Not us yet,
Shopify
but
is
soon.
there to help you grow. That's right. Not us yet, but God willing. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell everywhere. We're talking everywhere, folks. You could do it from your basement or in person, like we said. From their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS system, wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered.
I mean, they've got a huge network of people using this thing. Shopify, I didn't know this. This is crazy. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S. And Shopify
That's
is the
scary.
global force behind Allbirds, Rothy's, and Brooklyn, and millions of other entrepreneurs of every size across 175 countries.
That's right. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout, up to 36% better compared to other leading e-commerce platforms, and sell more with less effort thanks to Shopify Magic, your AI-powered all-star. Plus, Shopify's extensive help resources are there to support your success every step of the way. Because businesses that grow with Shopify, just like ours.
Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/BAES. All lowercase. Go to shopify.com/BAES now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/BAES.
Yeah, he estimates that they'll be available in 2026 and before 2027. So, AKA enough time will pass and he'll get another. I don't think he'll get another pass after this, but he said that they're going to start doing unsupervised full self-driving testing in California and Texas next year. And one big thing is that full self-driving relies fully 100% on cameras alone. No LiDAR, no radar like Waymo, which is way, way, way ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Pretty much Tesla is the only auto manufacturer who's doing cameras only, which is worrisome because it's useless when there's bad weather, if there's like really heavy rain or fog, what have you. I really don't understand. Maybe there's something that I don't know that they do, but I think the reason that they're going for cameras is because it's way, way, way cheaper.
That makes sense. I mean, I'm definitely not a autonomous driving expert, but I have seen people mocking their choice to go the camera route rather than something like Waymo, which, dude, I had no idea Waymo was doing so much traffic. They're doing 100,000 paid rides per week in San Francisco.
That is wild.
Isn't that crazy?
That is. And I'm on the waiting list still here in Los Angeles.
You have to get the invite and then you got to get...
Oh, okay. So maybe I need to ping...
Did you not get invited to get...
I'm not cool. You kidding me?
You didn't get a Waymo invite?
No. Did you?
You didn't get a Waymo invite?
I just asked. Did you? Because I did not.
But you didn't get one?
Tesla is saying that autonomy... so this whole thing was just a presentation about... I guess you could just say it was a presentation about what the future should look like according to Elon and according to Tesla. And again, it was very noble.
Wait, one last thing I want to point out, because I
What?
don't think we said it yet,
Hmm.
which makes me think that this whole thing is kind of slapped together in a pretty shoddy way.
Mhm.
But correct me if I'm wrong. It's a two-seater. It can only hold two adults.
The robotaxi currently, I believe you're right.
I can't imagine why you would design a robotaxi with two seats.
Yeah, well, because most
Even-
people only know one guy.
It just, I'm trying to think of a reason why you wouldn't at least make it. I
don't
mean,
know.
even you can fit 4 people in most Uber rides because you
Yeah.
can use the front seat and the 3 back seats.
Mhm. And we will get to there. He did present an alternative to this very real problem for people
Why
who know
not?
more than one guy.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but I'm just, I'm just so confused.
But he was emphasizing, and Tesla was on their whole presentation online, was saying that autonomy will create the world that we want, covering all transportation needs with fewer cars, since they won't be sitting idle for most of the day anymore, and we can finally get rid of all these pesky parking lots, which they imagine would look like in this video. Because that's one of Elon's main things was that for like the majority of the time, your car is just sitting there idle, and it's not providing any extra value. It just takes up space.
Yeah, he says these things are going to, well, if you're just at home, you're done for the day, you don't
Yeah.
need your car, it's just going to go out and pick up rides for you.
I don't want I don't want that. I don't want some stranger farting in my car seat.
Yeah, I mean, that's, well, I don't want, let's watch this. I
Yeah,
don't wanna
let's
get
watch
ahead of
this
ourselves.
visualization of what they're
One of the things
imagining.
that is really interesting is how will this affect the cities that we live in? And when you drive around a city, or when the car drives you around a city, you'll see there's a lot of parking lots. There's parking lots everywhere, parking garages. So what would happen if you had
That looks
an
nice.
autonomous
Dodger
world?
Stadium all
Is that you
green.
now turn parking lots into
Basketball
parks.
court, LAX.
And so we're taking the ing lot out of parking lot.
Oh,
We'll be taking the
wouldn't it be cool if we
inglot
just heard
out
a
of-
bunch of just like gunshots because people just were like, hey guys, we're taking another break and we're talking about Lumen.
Yeah.
Some of you guys might need a little introduction on what Lumen is exactly.
You
All right,
want me
so
to explain? You want to explain?
Lumen is the world's first handheld metabolic coach. All right, it's a device that measures your metabolism through your breath.
It's possible.
And on the app, it lets you know if you're burning fat or carbs and gives you tailored guidance to improve your nutrition, workouts, sleep, and even stress management.
Oh boy, do I benefit from that last part. All you have to do is breathe into your Lumen first thing in the morning, and you'll know what's going on with your metabolism, whether you're burning mostly fats or carbs. And then Lumen gives you a personalized nutrition plan for that day based on your measurements. You can also breathe into it before and after workouts and meals, so you know exactly what's going on in your body in real time. And Lumen will give you tips to keep you on top of your health game. These things are really cool little devices.
We both
I
got
one.
them. You know we're little fitness boys.
You know I be breathing
You know
into
we're
that
trying
thing.
to max it out.
Yeah.
And so look, I didn't understand all this.
Why does
before
metabolic
I got
health
it,
matter?
All right. Your metabolism is your body's engine. It's how your body turns the food you eat into the fuel that keeps you going.
Mhm.
Okay. And because your metabolism is at the center of everything your body does, optimal metabolic health translates to a bunch of benefits,
Mhm.
including easier weight management, improved energy levels, better fitness results, better sleep.
Lumen gives you recommendations to improve your metabolic health. It can also track your cycle as well as for all the ladies out there as well as the onset of menopause, and adjust your recommendations to keep your metabolism healthy through hormonal shifts, so you can keep your energy up and stave off cravings. So, if you want to take the next step in improving your health, go to lumen.me/BAES to get 15% off your Lumen. That's LUMEN.me/BAES for 15% off your purchase. And thank you, Lumen, for sponsoring this episode. That's one of the things that I think is noble, right? Is that
But is it? This is
It's
the
not gonna-
stupidest motherfucker in the world. He wants public transport so bad, but he just does not want poor people
Yeah.
to use it. That's like the entire thing.
Yeah.
He's like, we could do that, but then you'd have to be around poor people.
you'd have to be sharing the bus
It's
or
this-
the train with other
I
people.
don't understand. It's everything he's talking about. It's just public transportation. You can
Yeah.
just have a fucking subway, go to the stadium, take you to work.
The other thing about these cars, these
It's-
robo taxis, is that he says that they're not going to have charging ports like they currently do. They're all going to be charged via induction. So like those charging pads that you see now. So just tacking on more promises that I just don't. So my prediction is I don't think that this is going to happen. He's been promising full self-driving since 2016. Saying it should be coming next year. It should be coming next year. And what I'm glad to see is that more and more diehard Tesla investors are starting to wise up and call him out on his bullshit and say like they're all starting to catch on that the
I mean, the
music
market
is starting to stop or at least slow down.
reacted to that, and investors thought it was. They just don't see what he's talking about, right?
Yeah.
There's this Edwin Olson, CEO of May Mobility. This doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. If you've got autonomous vehicles and they are cash printing machines because you can just turn them loose and they make money, then finding equity or investors to finance these vehicles shouldn't be hard. Why do you need individual shepherds going and buying 10 vehicles at a time? We also think, at least for now, fleet-operated vehicles are the best way to deliver this technology into the world. Personal car owners don't want to wake up and realize that someone threw up in the backseat of their car.
Right.
Also, that shepherds thing is a reference to something Elon said.
Yeah.
He calls individual owners shepherds.
Yeah, he said
because they would mass their own flocks of robotaxis.
Yeah, you could. I could see a world where people have up to 4, 5, 6, maybe even a dozen of these, and they tend to them like a shepherd, managing an entire fleet, which would be pretty cool. Was that pretty good?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, thanks.
No one's buying this bullshit. Paul Miller, VP Principal Analyst at Forrester, without external subsidies or Tesla taking a loss on every vehicle, it doesn't seem plausible to launch at anything close to that price this decade.
There you go, man. I mean, that's one of them. So then the big reveal, one of the big perhaps bigger than the robotaxi itself was this Robovan that he affectionately calls the Robovan because he's so quirky and he's corked up and caked up. I mean, the boy is thicker than a milkshake.
It
these
looks like
days.
he's got a
lot of
little fake tan
opportunities
going too.
Yeah.
Creates green space.
South
in the
African
cities that we live
jumping
in.
bean. So out comes this fucking. Everybody's calling it a
So that would
toaster
be
because it really does
quite fantastic.
look like a toaster. It
Oh,
looks
and,
like something you would.
Also,
But you know what it reminds me?
It looks
the
like the
most
Star
of?
Tours
What happens
van.
if you
You
need
remember
a
Star
vehicle
Tours
that's,
at Disneyland?
Yeah.
bigger than a Model Y.
It looks like a fucking futuristic subway car.
Yeah.
Or train car, you dumb fuck.
The
Wait, listen.
Robovan. The Robovan is. This is we're going to make this, and it's going to look like that. Now, can you imagine going down the streets and you see this coming towards you?
Wait.
That'd be sick.
That'd be sick.
Can you imagine that statement
this
right
can-
there? All right, cut this shit. That statement right there summarizes his entire. He's now reached such levels of wealth that he's now taking on his sci-fi fantasy, and it all comes down to him thinking, "Wouldn't it be sick if this is what?" It's his view of.
Dude, imagine you saw this coming down the street.
That would be sick. It's so people were pointing out that the clearance, like, yeah, good luck going
Dude.
over a speed bump.
When it rolled out, I was like, what the fuck? Where's this going to go?
Yeah.
It's not even gonna, like if there's a slight hill, it's not going.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that they would remedy that by making the clearance higher. But I don't like
you
that.
never know with with Elon.
I don't like that the seats. There's some seats that half of the seats face the other way. Like that would make me puke. And yeah, he's.
I just am so confused. I mean, there's
It's basically a small bus. It looks. Yeah, that's what. Here's what it looks like inside. I mean, sure, it looks nice. It looks cool, I guess. But it
doesn't like that with the lights on. It looks like any shitty party bus I've ever been on.
Yeah, I don't want to ride around on a party bus with strangers. Is the thing. But it's his future, and he's just dragging it toward us all. But the relief that I feel
Imagine you
is
saw
that
that
it ain't
coming.
happening.
This is sick.
Yeah, I'd be getting my eggs ready to chuck at it.
I hope he does understand. Like when we see his thing, when we see a Cybertruck come, we all go, "You fucking asshole!"
Yeah.
Like about whoever is in that car.
Have you seen the movie Demolition Man with
Not in
Sylvester
a long
Stallone
time.
and
Wesley Snipes?
it looks like set design from Demolition Man.
Yeah.
And in this movie in the future, it's like 2030 LA. Everybody is just so neutered and impotent and weak, and all of their. It's just a bunch of weakling, stupid shit. Art Deco. Is that what that is? Art Deco? It's very Art Deco inspired, and it just looks like shit to me. I mean, some of it can look cool, and I'm like trying to be optimistic by going, okay, yeah, we should usher in a future where there's abundance and all that shit, which leads us to Optimus.
I mean, I'm fine with all that. It's just the pretending that some of these solutions don't already exist, and
Yeah.
it would just be expanding public transportation. Him coming up with like this weird alternative solution where it's just a privatized, individualized mass transport.
And I don't
Just give me a
understand.
fucking break.
Why would we? How could we somehow lose all the parking lots? Because don't those cars still have to end up
Where
somewhere?
do these fucking cars go? You're just going to
I don't
introduce
know.
millions of fucking cyber taxis. Where are they supposed to go?
Yeah, what are
They
we
just
supposed to do with all
disappear?
the existing cars? I'm not getting rid
Well,
of
what
my
am I
car.
supposed to do with my fucking flock of cyber taxis you want me to have? Where
Yeah.
am I putting those?
That's a good point, man.
Where,
Yeah.
like, where? Yeah, I don't understand this at all. We all just have fucking room at our houses for my fleet.
Well, maybe Optimus can help us solve this problem.
Yeah,
because
hopefully.
Optimus is the robot. This was the real big part of it. Let's check out the reveal for this.
Which you guys might remember him. He had someone come out in a human come out in a robot suit. When was
Yeah,
this?
and
Like,
it was meant to
years
be
ago.
cheeky and silly, but
But
so
now he's
Your own
here's the
personal
Optimus.
R2D2 C3PO.
Yeah, again, a reference to sci-fi. Don't you want your own
At scale,
R2D2 C3PO?
This would cost something like, I don't know, $20,000, $30,000. probably less than a car is my prediction long term. Now, it'll take us a minute to get to the long term, but
See, his choice of language, I got to hand it to him here. He is being very cautious. He's saying, long term, my prediction is that these will be affordable.
$30,000 long term. So, and what can it do? It'll basically do anything you want. So it can be a teacher, babysit your kids.
They can
walk
put a
your
little
dog, mow
apple
your
into a
lawn,
box.
Yeah.
get groceries, just be your friend, serve drinks, whatever you can think of.
Yeah, the be your friend is just brutal.
And yeah, it's going to be awesome. I think this will be
It's going to be
product
awesome.
ever of any kind. Yeah.
It's going to be the biggest product ever of any kind,
Because
he says.
I think
And
everyone
these, I mean, if I were there, I'd probably be cheering like crazy too. Like, damn, fuck yeah. I'd be drinking the Kool-Aid if I were in that crowd. And yeah, he's saying that
Not me. Lips around the barrel of a gun the entire time.
he says his prediction long term, it'll take us a minute to get there. It'll do anything you ask it to. And I want it to shoot me with a gun. Right? That's what I want it to do. If I end up getting one,
Well, I
Shoot me
imagine
with a gun.
they're gonna have to imbue some kind of you cannot harm humans into
oh, sure. Yeah.
into it. It's gonna be like Isaac Asimov's 3 laws of robotics, you know?
Will it be woke, I wonder? How will it
not
answer?
Not if Elon has anything to
If
do
you
with
ask it, what is a woman? What will its answer be? I'm sure he's going to hard
I'm
program
sure
that in there.
they'll get Matt Walsh to program
Yeah.
something cool into it.
Yeah. He says it'll be the biggest product ever of any kind and will bring an age of abundance for everyone by making goods and services much less expensive. And it'll bring 2 orders of magnitude of potential improvement of economic output and will allow for a future where there is no poverty. I mean, Babu, it doesn't get any more pie in the sky than that.
I'm just picturing Tim Pool crying, carrying his robot to the bathtub, threatening to
Take a
toss
bath
it
with
in.
it.
Toss it in if it doesn't answer what a woman is. Please, Optimus, I'm giving you one more chance.
I feel betrayed by... no, that's kind of Ben Shapiro.
What is a woman?
Hey, everybody, we got to take a quick break to thank our favorite sponsor of the show. You know it. We know it. I use it. You should use it. They're called MooMoo. MooMoo?
MooMoo.
MooMoo. Huge shout out to Glenn. We love Glenn. You love Glenn. So why aren't you on MooMoo yet, huh? If you're not on MooMoo, you're missing out, man. It's really an indispensable tool for me, for professionals, for the casual trader, for the casual investor. It's got everything you need on there. You need news. You need to know what's going on as it's happening. You don't need to subscribe to things like Bloomberg and pay up the wazoo per month, per year, whatever it is. Bloomberg, all those other Benzinga, I can't even name. They're a dime a dozen. And they're way, way too expensive, folks. But with MooMoo, you get it all for free. That's right. They source their news from all sorts of different reliable sources, like the Bloombergs out there. See, I can't even say it.
That's fine.
They got these tools at your disposal. They've got option flows, so you can monitor big options flows and get in before the action really takes place. So you can see what the big guys are doing before the stock actually starts catching fire. We've seen it happen before. We've talked about it on this show. They've got low trading fees. You can trade U.S. stocks, ETFs, and options with zero commission. There's no minimum deposit required. There's no account maintenance fees. You got the paper trading. If you don't really want to dive right in yet with real money, you can use their paper trading feature. People have asked me about this before. Where do I go to paper trade? MooMoo, man, MooMoo. And you sign up. You're not just going to sign up and get nothing. They're going to give you a little
All
gift.
that crazy stuff he's talking about, there's actually a bonus too.
Yeah, that's
okay?
right.
Which
Listen up.
I can't even believe. All right. First one, 8.1% APY cash sweep. Enroll and activate to get a 4.6% APY base rate plus 3.5% APY for 3 months on uninvested cash. That's not enough? How about up to
Not enough.
15 free stocks? All right.
Mhm.
You deposit $100,
What do I get?
5 free stocks.
Wow.
Deposit $1,000,
What do I get?
10 additional free stocks. Last one, there's a transfer in bonus, okay? Get a 1.5% cash reward on your initial transfer amount up to $300.
That's pretty great, man. That's pretty great. So why don't you go ahead and do this for us? You're going to want to go into that description. in the video or in the wherever you're listening, wherever you're consuming this wonderful podcast, and click that link. Sign up for MooMoo today and enjoy yourself, folks. And it's interesting because not that Goldman Sachs is the platinum standard for all things predictive when it comes to total addressable markets for things, because they've been wrong plenty of times. But their research report that earlier this year says that the maximum potential market of humanoid robotics is a mere $38 billion by 2035. Which, okay, it's either... Here, scroll up just a little bit. Oh, yeah, okay. I don't... So...
When all the footage started coming out, people were acting like these were fully autonomous robots because he had them all over the event. They're bartending for people.
They were dancing.
They're doing little dances. They're interacting with
and they
people.
were the real robots. To be sure, they were not people in suits.
Yeah, they could be. I mean, if you
robots.
see it, they've got these like insanely cinched waists.
Very
I could only
Yeah,
dream
thigh
of giving us all the body dysmorphia we never thought we'd get from a robot. But it turns out they were not.
Yeah, they were fly-by-wire, operated remotely. I mean, pretty clearly. But after all these presentations, the guests at this big event were able to hop in cybercabs and take them around. One guy said it best. It was like one big Disneyland ride. That's what it was. It wasn't true autonomy. It was clearly pre-planned routes with these in these cars. They went like 5 miles per hour. They just shuttled you around a pre-planned route. And then, to give them credit, the event went off without a hitch. I mean, there's so many moving parts with the robots, the cyber taxi, the Robovan. They did not have any problems.
The robot just grabbed someone's throat.
Yeah, it didn't grab anybody's throat. And yeah, you could interact with the robots, and a lot of people were just fully fooled like this guy. Let's pull up that first one.
That's what I don't understand. Yeah, I don't get how people got tricked.
Miss. People here today. It's insane. It's even talking.
Say hi to my friend John.
John? Where's John? Right here.
Oh, hello, John.
How are you?
How are you doing? Very good.
That's crazy. I'm talking to a robot. From San Jose. Probably from where you were.
No, you're not.
From where you were born in Silicon Valley.
Wonderful. Where do you live in San Jose? Do you live in Almond Valley, or do you live in Santa Teresa area?
No, I live in Los Gatos.
Los Gatos. Oh, wonderful. Very
Yeah.
nice area.
Where do you live?
Beautiful hiking I hear out there.
There is. Where do you live?
I live in Palo Alto at the current moment.
Figures. Yeah,
Yes.
this is awesome.
That's where they train us. That's where we get our bills, and that's where we work with a wonderful group of people.
What's the hardest thing about being a robot?
Trying to learn how to be as human as you guys are. And that's something I try harder to do every day, and I hope that you will help us become that way.
Well, awesome. Nice to meet you, Optimus.
Yeah, that's. I
But,
mean, that's clearly a
He
guy.
understands he's talking to a person, right?
I don't think so. I think he fully believes it. He's like, wow, I'm talking to a robot. Brother, we talk to robots all the time. When you call a call center, you're talking to a robot. When I just found it funny because like that guy talking to that robot like that, I just couldn't help but picture this is how he talks to women.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. Like, where are you from? No, where were you? Is that where you were born? Is that where you were born? You were probably born there. Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, where are you from? I'm from San Jose. Oh, it's probably where you were born. Yeah. And Marquez Brownlee played charades with one.
Which this one also confused me. Before we watch the video, I just want to read his tweet. He said, playing charades with the Tesla Optimus robot last night. This is either the single greatest robotics and LLM demo the world has ever seen, or it's mostly remote operated by a human. No in between. And it's like,
yeah, Marquez.
yeah, you're smart enough to know
it's
the other one.
It's the other one.
It's not the greatest robotics and LLM demo you've ever seen.
Great video. Okay, so what games can we play?
What games do I play? I play charades. You want to play charades?
That sounds great. You do.
Yeah, let's do it. I got one for you. Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. One word. Ready?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go.
I'm pretty sure we all.
What I'd assume would happen is that it's speed
It looks like you're fishing right
like what
now.
Garfield is doing on
That's right, you got it. Nice work.
Essentially the same thing.
Here's
You
some
know,
Air
I feel
5.
like you do this, and
Air
then
5.
you have on top of the hot spot.
We'll
I-
never know, Marcus. Which one was it?
I
the
think-
greatest robotics display
Or
or just fucking vaporware?
it's vaporware. And I think that the market has spoken because the next day the stock was down like 7%. I personally scored because I bet against and I bought some put options. And I've
Oh,
also
good for
got some
you.
put options for earnings because I think that the music is slowing. Elon has to keep doing shit like this to keep the story going, to keep the stock propped up. He's been doing it for over a decade. He's very masterful at it. I mean, but I think as time goes on and more people wise up to the fact that a lot of his whole thing is empty promises. They also no longer have the moat that they've had before. Other electric vehicle companies have caught up. China has caught up. They no longer stand alone. They've got.
I mean, also, I was saying this to you before, but I haven't seen anyone really point it out on the robotics front. I'm just so surprised. These robots seem so unimpressive compared to some of the
Yeah.
stuff that Boston Dynamics
Yeah.
has put out. Like every few months, they put out a video where you're like, "Holy shit, that thing is incredibly advanced."
Yeah, they're doing
It-
backflips.
I mean, I've seen one where it fully. We might have played it on a show at one point. It just fully is making its way around a construction site,
Yes.
picking up a toolbox and like backflipping its way up to scaffolding.
Yeah.
I'm just. Oh, I mean, this is incredible. I don't understand.
I forgot my tools again.
Wow, it looks like you forgot your tools. Need some help with that?
I mean, look at this fucking guy.
Yeah. I'd rather work with that little guy. Its movements are so much more fluid. It is scary, but
if one of them's gonna kill me, at least make it.
it looks like it's having fun too. Do do do. Just gotta beep boop beep. Daddy needs his tool bag. I'm coming, Daddy. I'm coming, Daddy. I just have to run up these stairs, Daddy. Good camera work too. Praise the cameraman.
Dude, this is insane.
Wow, you didn't have to throw it though.
But it's so sick. Oh,
Okay, well, I needed that block, but thank you. And also, fucking Honda with the Asimo. Okay, that's unnecessary.
But that's
That's
I mean,
unsafe. See, this robot is a little cocky. I will say that, but
and you don't like that.
don't show off to me.
That was also so long ago.
Yeah.
You
That was
Elon's
in
been
April.
working on this bullshit, and all he can do is have, he can pay some guy $25 an hour to go like, I'm from near Palo Alto.
The way the places where Elon is really head and shoulders above the competition is SpaceX and Starlink. Maybe just focus all your energy on that shit. I think he should step down from Tesla, let somebody else run it, and I actually think that the stock would reward him for that. I think that people would buy it up, and I don't know. Actually, I don't know.
I'm not convinced on any of it. I'm not hailing a cyber taxi. I'm getting in a Joby, baby.
Oh, the helicopter?
Yeah. Me and the robot from Boston Dynamics are getting in a Joby. No need to call a Robovan. We've got a Joby.
A Robovan.
A Robovan.
God,
a
that's
Robovan.
so fucking annoying. It's but Marquez Brownlee had a really good point. I watched his reaction video, and he said he echoes my sentiments when he said it's all an honorable thing that they're striving toward, a clean, safe future. But for now, it's all just concepts. They're just it's
Yeah, he basically
it's nothing more than concepts.
He invited a bunch of people to the Warner Brothers lot to rip off the artwork from the movie iRobot and periodically to say,
wouldn't this be cool?
Wouldn't that be sick if you saw that? And everyone go, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. And so the whole glow of it all is Tesla bringing us closer toward utopia, but it's overshadowed, as Marquez Brownlee points out, it's overshadowed by the fact that this is a company making these promises with a price tag attached. Like, oh yeah, we're going to provide utopia and all this stuff, and it'll cost you $30,000.
Yeah, he says it like it's like, come on, you guys all have $30,000, don't you?
It's It would be one thing.
Everyone's gonna have one of these in their homes.
Yeah. And oh, man, and we got the election coming up. I really am curious.
It's like he's like, it's the price of a car. Like that's not people's one of their biggest expense. My lease is up in 6 months now, and it's like just fucking weighing on me. Imagine my robot went out, and I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
I got to come up with $30,000
to get a robot just to compete.
Because otherwise, who's going to put this apple in the box?
Yeah. Who's going to open my Diet Coke for me? Well, as he said, the robots can walk your dog. They can do whatever you want. But can they help you get a date?
It's also very funny. Just before we go, it's very funny. All of his examples are this like very home-based. When I watch all the things, I'm like, I can bring the fucking groceries in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can make myself a drink. He's got one watering the plants. I'm like, that's the last thing I need it for. But the Boston Dynamics thing is like, hey, look, you got this fucking helper on a dangerous construction site. Don't want to go down the ladder on dangerous scaffolding. Well, this guy's going to fucking backflip up to you with your toolbox.
But I worry that the Boston Dynamics robot is going to do things like, I need to get from point A to point B. Here's a ladder. And he kicks it and, and uses it as a little step.
That presents its own problem. I'm just, the context difference is very apparent.
Yeah, it's very stark.
And he includes things like be your friend in there. It's just...
so there's one guy who's saying that Elon should buy Hinge and Tinder because...
So this guy's my favorite. He's like the perfect encapsulation of these Elon bros who, we were talking about them a little bit last week of, they think he can do anything. Whenever there's something happening they don't like, they're like,
Elon
will have your whole port automated in a weekend, brother. So you better shut up, fatso. But this guy, Daniel Schmidt on Twitter,
he's famous recently for saying that black people are responsible for crime in Chicago at the University of Chicago or something.
Yeah. Obviously a big Elon head, and I saw he's got such a long. Of course, he's verified on Twitter. It's one of those fucking very long posts. But I just saw the first part, and I was like, I need to know where this goes. And so it just starts with, if Elon Musk wants to raise birth rates, he should purchase Match Group, the company that controls Tinder and Hinge, over half of the online dating market. No company comes. So whatever, he's advocating for them to take it over, and he couches it in the birth rates thing. But he veers away from it so quickly.
Yeah,
and really tells on himself.
Yeah,
I first encountered Match Group 3 years ago when I began college. I was horny. But I didn't want to...
Wait. Can I read that part? I first encountered Match Group 3 years ago when I began college. I was horny. But I didn't want to hook up with random girls. So I downloaded Hinge. I went on a few dates. There was one girl that I really started to like. Then I woke up one morning and was suddenly banned. Did you know you can get banned on Hinge if just one woman reports you for whatever reason she wants? Maybe she didn't like your bio. Or maybe your ex found you. And if you do get banned, did you know the app sends an email to every woman you matched with? Good luck. You think you can outsmart the system and create a new account? That'll require a new phone and a new phone number. You'll also need to use a different name and birthday on your account and create the account from a different Wi-Fi and GPS location. You need entirely new photos as well. And that'll probably still not work because the apps likely use facial recognition and will detect you. Whatever technology you think these apps have, they're far beyond it. I've learned all this because of a subreddit.
This is the darkest part.
I've learned all of this because of a subreddit called r/SwipeHelper. The entire purpose of this community is to help men get unbanned from Hinge and Tinder.
Delete that subreddit.
There are 34,000 members.
They're building an army.
11 days ago.
Yeah.
Here's where the true dystopia begins. 11 days ago, someone claiming to have worked in quality assurance for various dating apps wrote a post on r/SwipeHelper. Their post went into great detail about their work and aligns precisely with what many people have observed for years, so I'm inclined to believe it. I'll link to it in a comment below. It's just... if you get too many, the insider just goes on to say that, if you
It's
get
fucking
banned,
sad. Yeah, he talks about how he gets placed in this trying to get re-signed up phase.
Yeah,
And he's like,
you're
it's in
shadow
this
banned.
state that men feel worthless. Weeks pass
Wait,
and they
scroll up.
receive 0 messages, 0 likes, and 0 matches. They become desperate and start purchasing boosts. Whatever. This is fucking
He's talking about
sicko
how
shit.
Match Group has a monopoly on this, and they get desperate men to start purchasing. But Match Group has a direct incentive to make it impossible for men to find love. You can, jeez, to
Well, so
find love.
he wants Elon to buy it, right?
Yeah.
And the first step, he says, make the algorithm public. Show everyone how these apps have been manipulating them and profiting from it. That I'm kind of not so. I think we should know how these things work. They do cause a lot of people a lot of stress, and people are profiting off our own loneliness, and it's kind of dark and sad. But then his next step, a little weird. The rest is simple. Eliminate shadow banning, offer amnesty to banned users, and make the algorithm fair. That alone would lead to countless new relationships. It's very funny that his whole thing is just getting thousands of men unbanned from these apps. This is all obviously anecdotal. I've been on dating apps for, I would say, probably since 2009. I was like an early adopter. I got on OkCupid. I've never experienced a ban. Pretty much all of my male friends are on these things. I've never heard of, no one has ever been like, dude, I got banned from Hinge. I've never heard that one time. It is not, I just don't think it's the problem he thinks it is. I think the problem is that he maybe did something.
Yeah, he probably,
if this was a problem, I would have had at least one.
Yeah.
I got banned.
I've been like shadow banned before, but just because the
How do you
algorithm,
know?
because I was getting 0 likes and I was like, this is unusual. You know that it takes. I know I'm gonna get one. I know I'm gonna get one. You know, I mean, I'm not that bad looking a guy. I gotta be getting at least one person liking me on that. Also because in the past, when I've downloaded it before, the likes start coming in, just a couple at least, so you know that you're at least in the algorithm. But
this guy,
and then I had to email support, and I was like, I'm gonna sue you. And then
Ben logged off of r/swipe helpers and got right down to, no, I mean, this guy just, honestly, it explained so much or just connected a lot of dots for the whole Elon mania with, I was saying, he's got just the darkest divorced energy. And I think it's just all these guys with, it can't be me, it's everyone else. And he wants them to take over the world. Again, this is a guy with countless divorces. He's been accused of spying on his girlfriends. I think
Elon?
I think Amber Heard came out and said that her Tesla was bugged by him.
Ooh.
And
very Howard Hughes.
She was being followed by drones because she was suspected of cheating on him. So I mean, of course, this is the guy. I'm sure the r/swipe helpers community is very, very pro Elon.
I'm sure it is, but so there are alternatives. There's loneliness apparently the Surgeon General just last year said that isolation among young adults is a public health crisis. That is certainly true.
It's not just romantic loneliness.
And there's good news because apparently there are some budding entrepreneurs out there who are addressing this issue. And there's one.
You like these?
So there's a couple.
These?
I don't like this first one. Time Left, where you can get dinner reservations with a group of strangers. Let's check this out.
You don't think that's cool?
Time Left. No, because I don't want to go to dinner with a bunch of strangers, man. Hit. Let's book your. Let's check it out. Oh, here, get back. Go back. If you scroll down, it should show, there we go. So it'll show the steps here. Step 1, take our quick personality test. Step 2, we match you with 5 strangers. Step 3, we book and organize. Step 4, you just show up and dive into a unique experience. That sounds like shit to me.
I mean, these are hard for...
That sounds like shit to me.
These things, they kind of make me sad. But I don't want to be so hard on them. It's like, if anyone is if anyone's having an easier time because of these,
that's great.
I'm like, great. I wish.
I'm just not that they're in 60 countries and 275 cities. I just wouldn't want to have dinner with 5 strangers. Just maybe one. Well, there's something for that.
You
too.
just show up to dinner. It's a bunch of guys from r/swipe helpers.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
You guys got banned too? Yeah, that's why I started using time left, hoping a lady would show up on one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that's at least.
Do I have to try this?
I guess it's a little less sad because it's. Do you have to try this?
I'm like, should I try it just so I can like talk about it and maybe wear those maybe
I would
bug
love
myself.
if you went on a time left.
Oh God.
Time left dinner.
Well, and then there's then there's the breakfast. Yeah, I do podcast. Oh, what's it about? Shut up.
About how much this sucks.
Yeah. What do I talk? I'm actually here to make fun of all you guys. But then I fall in love with all 4 of them, and I'm like, you guys, you're my new friends, and I have to admit something. I was here originally to make fun of you all, but now I realized the joke is on me, and that could be fun. I guess maybe
I've used Meetup, but
except for guys who like meat.
That's Grindr, I think.
Yeah.
But I used it I've only used it for tennis.
I was just gonna guess that, and I was gonna say that to make fun of you, but it turns out it's real.
But I know that people use it for more social stuff. Because that's the thing with the tennis thing. It's like literally, I would show up, play some guys. We hardly talked, and I'd be like, "Nice to meet you guys. I'm going home." I did it when I first moved to LA. I was very lonely. I could have used time left, maybe. It was But yeah, I just pounded the pavement, old school style. Had parties, invited everybody I knew.
Yeah, that's cool.
Would go to parties and be like, "You play tennis?"
Me too. Don't you like how new tennis balls smell? I like it. I like the sound
I'm
it
actually
makes.
not one of those guys. I don't like it. I played with someone recently. They opened a can. They're like, "You want the first whiff?" And I was like, "Dude,
yes.
Don't be weird."
Oh man. Well, so there's also one called is it called The Breakfast?
Yes, it's the breakfast. It pairs you with someone to have deep conversations over eggs Benedict.
Yeah, you know how you eat breakfast and then have to take a shit? Hey, how about
do you think that's a universal experience?
How about joining up? Hey, you can in their copy on here. No, it's not just me. Their copy on here is you can take only one chance per 24 hours. The breakfast is all about quality interaction with real people. We believe in showing up, not swiping. That's why every day you get the opportunity to take a chance on someone new. Take it or pass it on. No pressure. Oh God, we developed an algorithm called BRIOCHE, Breakfast Integrated Ongoing Chances Estimation, that finds chances tailored to your profile and activity.
Dude,
so
brioche is tough. Breakfast integrated ongoing chances estimation. Dude, I
don't want to meet someone for breakfast. I'm groggy.
If a congressional staffer did not come up with that, I will eat my own dick, because that is their bread and butter. I mean, every time they come up with a new bill, it's sir, we're calling it the BRIOCHE Act.
I don't want to meet someone for breakfast, let alone I'll meet a friend, but I'm not going to meet no stranger. Oh yeah.
Ben, you get one chance per day, dude.
Yeah, I guess. I have to, I guess now.
I do feel bad.
Again,
I feel bad dissing them. I want people to fucking find their friends. I want.
There's Geneva, which pairs you with. No, we don't have to look it up. It's okay. It pairs you with people who have similar interests.
So exhausted by it.
Just like your meetup, and then there's Kindred, which is, I kind of like this one. It's more geared towards spontaneity and social connections. So if you're like, gonna go bowling tonight, need a bunch of fuckers to join me to go bowl, or gonna, rob a bank.
It's strange though, because I feel like a lot of these things do exist at least in every major city.
Yeah, they're called friend group chats.
No, like you could sign up for these things. There's all kinds of.
What this is.
No, but you don't. Yeah, exactly. You don't have to go through this. This is just like another.
But it makes it easier.
I guess.
Yeah. Where am I going to find? What am I going to Google Chess Club Los Angeles? That sounds like shit. I guess Facebook is also doing this with Facebook groups, right? Isn't that their whole thing? They had that big campaign, that big push for it.
Facebook groups.
Yeah. It was a great campaign. I really liked it.
I get it. Yeah, they post some of that stuff. My thing is, if Facebook wants to get in any kind of game on that, they need to clean up
bots.
Just clean up the legacy Facebook. When you log on, it is so weird. It's such a weird experience. It feels like like you left. I don't know.
There you have it, folks. It feels like you left. Mine shows me just like two people. My algorithm, my feed on Facebook is like my friend's mom. Maybe it's because that's the only one of my friends on Facebook that's actually posting. But then there's like some random guy I knew from a stock chat group who like flunked out of trading, and now he's got a weird chin beard and like has a kid and is a stay-at-home dad, husband, and it's just depressing. I'm like, oh, good for you, Peter. That's his name. I'm doxing him. Yeah, good luck finding. You're not gonna find him.
I bet they could find him.
No, don't do that.
No,
No, don't do that. You're not gonna find him though. You're not gonna find him. But let's transition, shall we?
Oh yeah, we're gonna.
Oh, by the way, we still do comment of the week, but we're just doing it at the end now.
Well, we were supposed to say that at the beginning.
We were supposed to say it at the beginning.
Supposed to tell people if you're looking for comment of the week, it's at the end.
Yeah.
Maybe we can put this little thing right before we get started. If you're looking for comment of the week, it's at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, we could put that in.
And I know one guy in particular is going to want to see it.
Yeah.
And it could be you.
It could be you, but you don't know yet.
Okay, now we're back.
Let's do Crypto Corner, shall we? Bitcoin is having a time. If you pull up like the 1 year chart, you don't have to do this, but looking at the chart for Bitcoin, this sucker is about to break the F out. And I'll be the first to say it. I was dead ass wrong about Bitcoin for all these years. I mean, I still may be right about its utility, wrong about the price.
Oh,
looks
dude,
like it's about to break the hell out.
That I stand by all my positions. I've always said that it's going to keep going up, but it is absolutely useless.
Yeah.
It's the most. That's why when I go crazy when I'm watching Kamala say shit like, and we're going to protect your crypto.
Protect your
I'm
crypto.
like, why are you pretending this is real?
We're going to protect your crypto.
They just invented a speculative asset and just
We're going to let these black men smoke weed. Protect your crypto.
That's basically what she said, by the way. She came out with a black men agenda.
Yeah.
And it's just, it feels oddly racist because it's just, yeah, we're going to let you smoke weed. It's basically one of like 4 points.
You want to smoke weed and play crypto? We got you.
We got you. But so you know that we're entering a new cycle of Bitcoin and crypto when all the altcoins are running, which they are starting to do. And one of the stocks, one of my altcoins that I'm in, Aerodrome, fucking nailed it, man. I've been in that thing since like 70 cents. It's at $1.40 or something today. I love my Aerodrome.
Dude, $1.40. Get out.
No, I did. I sold a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor. Gotta hand it to the guy. Gotta tip my hat. Stocks peaking all-time highs. Played it in the treehouse. We scored on the treehouse. Crypto miners, their stocks are setting up. They look really good. Riot.
That's ERS, not ORS.
Oh, yeah. No, thank you for that. The miners with an E are looking real good, real sexy, real ripe. Marathon Digital is looking really good. Coinbase started breaking out. Also had some of that. And of course, Donald Trump, he can't miss an opportunity. He's launching a crypto, and I don't even want to click the thing. But what's been interesting to me is, as he's rising in the polls, in particular the Kalshi betting the betting markets for who's going to win, he's leading. Like it looks like the betting people are betting that Donald Trump is going to win. And so these days, everything being gamified, the DJT stock is on the rise. It went from like 15, it doubled in the last couple weeks on significant volume. Which just speaks to how stupid everything is. You know? That, hey, Donald Trump is winning, gotta buy the Donald Trump stock because it's tantamount to owning shares in the man himself. It's not. You're just owning shares in Truth Social, which is a piece of shit. He's still posting. He's posting on Twitter now.
I'm just looking at the all-time chart for Bitcoin. It's a fun exercise in realizing all the times you could have gotten in.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's funny thinking back to like 2017 when it broke out into the thousands, and people were like, I fucking missed it.
Yeah.
It's just
Please don't remind me, because I owned like 5 Bitcoin back at like 1,000.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, sweet. I flipped it and I made a couple $1,000.
If I know one thing though, that sucker's gonna fucking crash again.
Yeah, that sucker's gonna crash. Not before. I think it goes to if Donald Trump wins, it's gonna go bananas.
Oh,
It's gonna go absolutely apeshit.
yeah.
And so will the Donald Trump stock, I think, probably. But then did you see him at the town hall recently?
Dude, he is all of it. I mean, was it the Bloomberg one?
I don't know, but there was
'Cause that
one where
one was-
he basically said, I don't want to do a Q&A.
Oh,
Let's
and
just
he
listen
said-
to music.
And he said, pick some real beauties for us.
And then he just stands there and occasionally does his little
Yeah.
jerking off skiing motion.
I was watching the Bloomberg one where he's actually getting questions and
and he's just not answering them.
yeah, it's not even, it's just the same
It's
old
exhausting.
bullshit, but it's just, but the Bloomberg guy was trying to keep him on pace. He's asking him about like, and you know, what do you, he's trying to give him real questions. Like, what do you think about Google antitrust and, you know, breaking up Google and stuff like that? And he's like, I've got beef with the Department of Justice. Okay. They, you know, votes down in Georgia, and like goes on for 3 minutes. And he's just like, the question was about Google. And
he says, well, you're a liar and you get a lot
Yeah.
of things wrong. You've
Yeah.
gotten a lot of things wrong. And frankly, your Bloomberg has gotten a lot of things wrong. And it's like, okay, sir. And people are laughing in the audience.
I
I
know.
can't tell if they're laughing at
I couldn't
Donald
tell
Trump
if it
or
was
with him.
I couldn't tell if they were sympathetic towards
Yeah.
him or they were like, wow, this guy's a fucking joke.
You know who's a fucking joke? Marjorie Taylor Greene. She really, really sucks at investing. Let's click this, because famously she bought a bunch of CrowdStrike right before the big outage happened, and it
God
tanked.
damn, dude, she's got to get her dentist to turn down the shade on those
on
veneers.
them,
My
on them
God.
jumpers. So she bought some ASML last week, which is I believe they are they do something in the semiconductor space. You'll have to forgive me that I'm not Jim Cramer mode and I don't know off the top of my head. But just this morning,
No one forgive him.
as of this morning, they accidentally published their earnings early, and it kind of shook the market today because it tanked 16%. They were saying that their orders are significantly down. I believe they do manufacture. Can you Google it? ASML stock. What do they do? ASML Semiconductor Holdings. Yeah, what do they do? They are they're based in the Netherlands. Scroll down. Let's see. Microchip equipment maker warns of a slower recovery. So it put a little bit of fear into the market because Nvidia's been the captain at the helm of the ship for so long. So if one of these guys, it could be the canary in the coal mine, or maybe not. It might be just kind of isolated.
It might
to
be a
them.
different kind of bird in the coal mine.
Yeah. Might be a sexy bird with a great rack.
Lots
where
of plumage.
It's distracting you from...
Comes out of the coal mine all black.
Yeah,
He goes,
you're
don't
like,
don't send me back in there.
Damn, I've been working next to that bird down in the coal mine, and maybe it's just because there's no human women down there, but it's starting to look good to me. That cloaca, man. All right, let's do the comment of the week, shall we? Let's
do
end
the
on a
comment
positive
of
note.
the week.
All right, here we go. Jordan.
This is the guy I was talking about. Big shout out to Jordan. He never thought he'd make it. Here he is. Look at you today, pal.
He says, I've been commenting on every episode since this podcast creation. I will never get comment of the week. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the fact that my two beautiful podcast boys will never acknowledge me or know that I exist. As long as they're pumping out podcasts, I'll sacrifice whatever it takes. Well, we acknowledge you now, Jordan.
Jordan, you made it, pal.
Yeah, but that's the one and only time. And now I've already forgotten who that first person was. I don't
Jordan.
even know that he exists.
Oh,
Jordan, who?
I actually.
Yeah, I'm kidding. This one comes from No So Thayan. No Soy Ethan.
Damn it.
He says, Mr. O Baba Boo and Mr. Truly. That's not how you spell Babu, Babu.
And that's not how you spell truly, Babu.
Yeah, I did.
I know.
Clever Tortle says, listening to this while chopping wood so my boyfriend doesn't think I'm gay. That just made me
one got
laugh. Yeah, that one got me. I have to pee so bad, folks. Because guess who's got a cold brew coursing through his veins?
Ooh.
Me. Let's see. Shall we tease the bonus? I've got some,
we gotta it's
gotta
gonna be really
what?
fun. We're gonna there's a music video I want to look at with you. It's gonna be really fun. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun.
yeah.
I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. I think we're gonna have a lot.
Those
of
of
fun.
you who
we gotta
remember,
start teasing these at the beginning of the episodes.
Yeah.
Because no one's watching.
Well, no,
because
because we got to keep the retention rate up. We need people tuning in.
No
We
one's
got to grab their
watching.
attention. We got to lasso them and
Maybe
make
we'll
sure that
also
they
put
never
this
let
at
go.
the front of the episode.
Yeah.
So they're forced to watch.
Hey, there's a lot of shit coming in this episode. Don't click away. Don't click away. Don't click away. Please don't click away. There's a lot of stuff coming. Don't click.
BenRealShow.com for
Don't do that because I said shit. And
Yeah.
you can't cuss in the first minute of the thing. Remember the Tom's Diner episode? Yeah, we're going to be referencing.
That's a huge promise. One of our most beloved episodes. You think it's gonna be like that?
Yeah.
I don't. We're probably gonna fuck it up.
I'm going to talk about the baseball game. I made custom shirts for me and my friends to wear to the Dodger game. And a train video. It has to do, there's a train video that I want to show you.
Train the band.
Train? No, we're not going to talk about train.
Remember that fucking song? Jupiter in her hair, or whatever the fuck he says.
Keep going.
I can't remember. It's something like
Stars of Jupiter or whatever. It's about his mom croaking.
Well, I'm sorry, the lead singer of Train.
It's about his mom dying. And Matt King told me that. He was like, did you know that song's about his mom dying? And it's about her like on her way to heaven.
And at one point, it just goes, yeah.
It's about his mom absolutely biting it.
His mom just completely beefs it.
His mom fully beefs it.
And he's like, hold on.
and-
I got to sing a song about drops of Jupiter in her hair.
Well, because that's his childish notion of heaven is you fly through space to get through heaven. And he's saying like, hey, did you pass through the Milky Way? Did you stop and look at Jupiter on your way to heaven, dead mom?
Oh,
And
okay.
that's
I
the
had
whole
no idea.
thing is that on your way to heaven, did you notice that the Milky Way looks nice? Yeah, but that's a fallacy because if heaven were a physical place in the physical universe, then that means that we could access it, and that's just not true. Because I just know a thing or two about this. So, all right, everybody. Thank you very much for watching this episode or listening. Be sure to give us a thumbs up and a comment for your chance to be comment of the week.
Bye.